All right, open your eyes now.
Oh. Oh, that's depressing. Shameful. Shameful.
G'day everyone and welcome to the Improv Sensation. This is a podcast where we discuss random topics and ideas, and we also play fun improv games at the end of the episode. My name is William Butler and I am here with my awesome and epic best friend and co-host here, Jack Morgan. And he, for people who are not watching this on YouTube, he is looking very creepily into the camera. So we don't know what he's going to say next, but let's find out. How are you doing, Jack?
Hi, it is me, Jack Morgan. That is all.
That is all?
We're leaving this in, by the way.
Yeah, I know. But the build-up for that is just like everyone on the audio platforms is like, what's going on? Anyway, welcome to the podcast. Every episode we talk about random stuff and whatever. And this episode is extra special because it is our 10th episode. Woo! Yes! Up to double digits in episodes. Yes!
Yeah.
What is wrong with you? Opening this episode is very weird with you.
I have become definitely more chaotic.
Throughout all the episodes, it's just gone from like the build up. It's like, hey everyone, how's it going? Just complete psychopath.
It is a record of my depleting sanity.
But yeah, we're up to the 10th episode. I'm super excited for this one because never in my wildest dreams did I ever think that this podcast... I don't want to sound like this is a bad thing, but I didn't think that we'd actually make it to 10 episodes. I thought this would just be a short thing that we'd have fun and then move on with our lives, but this is becoming a thing.
It will become a thing. It will become even more of a thing. And I think, depending on how well this podcast goes, I may have to upgrade my microphone and therefore higher quality audio from my part, because I have to say, I'm not too pleased with how I've sounded in previous episodes, and probably this one too, because this bad boy here doesn't sound the best. It could be better. Will's microphone, definitely the kind of microphone I want to go for.
The HyperX Quadcast S with the RGB colors and USB connection to any type of computer.
Disclaimer, we're not sponsored.
We're not sponsored.
Also,
not sponsored. But...
oddly specific. But also, I really want a boom arm. I guess this is now small talk. I love boom arms. I think they look so cool. They look so mechanical, and I love that kind of look. So I want a boom arm with a mounted microphone. I want to just talk into it. Like
what else are you going to do with a boom arm and a microphone? Exactly.
ASMR.
I want to... Oh, okay.
No. I'm not into that. Speaking of...
The people watching on YouTube, my boom arm just disconnected from my...
Interesting. Okay, well, I guess I'm not getting that boom arm. I'm going to get a better one.
How is this the episode where we just talk about the boom arm and then this happens? Well, this is happening. Talk a bit more about how you want to upgrade your setup. I'm sorry for the audio listeners that this is very janky, but...
Okay, well, I mean, there's not much else to say about that, really. I mean, I just want to sound better for you guys. You get to hear my lovely, lovely voice, majestic in every way, and how I talk. You can't get enough of it, can you?
He's not only gotten crazier of the episodes, he's gotten an ego.
Oh yeah, I've got... Jack gets an ego. Oh no, my vanity-driven, egotistical alter ego.
Okay, my boom arm's now fixed. Oh, jeez, I'm back.
Okay.
Man, I'm sweaty after that. Man, that was intense. But yeah, I guess since we're into small talk, how is your life going, Jack?
Life is going to get way more chaotic. I've got assignments and exams coming up in the next 3 weeks, and I've also just gotten a job. So
ooh,
I'm getting there. I'm gonna get that sweet, sweet cash.
It's gonna get that money.
That money. Life will get way more hectic, but luckily my university trimester will end shortly, so I will have a nice long break after, and hopefully, if everyone will keep going with the podcast, as we were saying, like keeping it going forward, I will have way more time in the near future.
And there might be the possibility of you editing?
Yes. Okay. And to let you guys in on a bit of a behind the scenes, because I've been so busy with uni, I haven't been editing any of these videos. but I have the capability to edit these videos. So I'm more than happy to do it when I have the time. And I'm so thankful for Will for actually editing and putting all these together because they're great. They're well edited. He's got
Thank you.
admittedly more experience editing than I do. So I'm glad it was him and not me, I have to say.
Oh, well, it's just like constantly editing every episode. Like the first episode of the podcast took me a month to edit because it was just such a different format of a video than I'd done previously in the past. But nowadays it would probably take me 4 days to get like one episode done because I usually have to cram the editing process because as you've said, like with you, you're busy with university.
Yeah,
I'm also busy
but you're also busy.
Yeah, I've got my own assignments and like it might not be as complex as the sciencey zoology like you're doing, but with arts and that type of stuff, you have to be creative. You have to put in little bits and bobs. Cram in those hours of editing. My wrists are probably getting worse because of it. But I guess to let you guys in on a bit of a thing which will be important for the podcast, after this episode, we might be taking a little bit of a break, which might be a month or two, just because after this, we've got assignments to do, we've got exams, we've got a lot of stuff coming up. And as well, I'm going to get a little bit of surgery done on my right wrist.
Oh, okay.
Which is official now. We were talking about last episode that it might be a possibility. It is a definite it's definitely happening now. So that's probably several months recovery. So I might not be editing a lot of large scale videos. So I'm thankful that you're available just in case, Jack.
I can edit them.
Yes!
That's me. I can
finally.
Yeah, I well and truly can take up the workload, definitely.
I am relieved of that fact. Now I can sleep soundly at night.
Yes. All right, so do we want to get into today's episode?
All right, so for this episode, we are going to be sharing the craziest things we found on the internet, whether it be websites, whether it be places around the world that you might not be able to visit, but they have images or whatever. There might be some fun facts about the universe, about people, about animals, and it could be like interesting videos, audio, images that will hopefully shock the other co-host in this episode. That is pretty much our goal, to try and shock the other person. But yeah, I have a couple of websites here if you want me to get started, unless you had something you wanted to kick it off. I have a couple of things here.
Go right ahead there, Will. Surprise me.
Okay, so for this first thing, I recently discovered, well, I've known about this for a while, but I recently came back to this. I was watching this video about this guy reviewing the sound on the recent Batman movie, and one interesting thing that popped up at the beginning of the video caught my attention, and I was like, what the heck? That is incredible. I just want you, I'm going to try and play this through the microphone here, and I want you to try and guess what this is. And it might shock you. It might not be what you expect. Try and guess what it is.
I don't know.
To try and describe it to try and describe it.
Well, it sounded very mystical. It sounded a bit like a choir, like some sort of fantasy style music, kind of. Almost like, no, I'm actually not going to say that because sounds weird. Now
I'm trying to guess what you were trying to think. It's like something rude to come put on this platform.
No. Okay, no, I'll say what I was gonna say. It was kind of giving me Lord of the Rings or like Avatar kind of thing, like where it's nice, dramatic, choirful music. I don't know.
Would you be surprised if I told you that this was a natural sound? It was just captured in the wilderness or in space?
Not really. No, because it sounds like somebody's voice. Well, if it was captured in space, sound can't travel in space, so that's impossible.
Yeah, that's true. I'm about to reveal it to you. You're not far off with the voice guess.
Okay.
All right, open your eyes now.
Oh, that's depressing. Shameful. How dare
Oh
they?
man, I built you
Why
up
would they
with
do
so
that?
much grandness and then you just find... Okay, so for the audio listeners who don't know what this is on screen, this is basically a Justin Bieber song that was slowed down 800%. Isn't that crazy though?
Yeah, that sounds completely different.
Yeah, it's so... Like, if you compare it to the actual song, it is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it sounds so much better than the original. My opinion. There you
Oh
have it,
man,
folks.
his opinion's coming out here. He hates Justin
Yeah,
Bieber. Everyone
I'm
clip that.
opinionated now.
But basically, what happened here was this program called Paul Stretch actually took this audio and stretched it out to however percentage slower or faster, I guess, the user wanted it to be. And it was out in like, what is it, 2010 or something? It's a very old program. It's free. But it's so incredible what it can do. And it sounds so ethereal. I was watching this video essay and I was listening to it at first and I was like, oh, this could sound like a soundtrack thing for a movie or something like June or like, as you said, Avatar. When they said it's a Justin Bieber song slowed down, I was like, how is that? Wait, what? And it didn't make sense. And that was my reaction, but I guess yours was just disappointment.
Well, disappointment in it being Justin Bieber. It's certainly really cool what technology can do. I think in its essence, every bad song has an ethereal inner heart that is waiting to be released by slowing it down 800 times.
Oh, that's the takeaway from this? Are you kidding me? So I thought that you would be mind blown. Like the last episode when you're talking about the universe, you were just like, oh, the universe, all of these things, it's so good. And then you think about this thing, which I thought would just blow you out of the sky. You're just thinking fucking Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
Oh my,
no, if you
come
chose
on.
another artist, I would have been like, hell yeah, that's pretty epic. Justin
I'm-
Bieber, I'm like, not for me.
I'm
Cool when it's slowed down though.
But anyway, moving on then, fine. We don't want to talk about it more. Next thing I want to talk about was another video, which I found very trippy, I guess, or I found very interesting with its premise. But what do you think this crowd is saying here?
Okay, it sounds like they're saying either car seat or bar seat.
Okay, so this is a strange phenomenon with a particular phrase that you say, which could mean several different things to different people. People might hear it as a different thing or something else. These are the options that you could hear. Bart Simpson bouncing, rotating pirate ship, this isn't my receipt, lobsters in motion, that is embarrassing, lactates in pharmacy, I'm chasing Martian, baptism piracy, that isn't mercy.
Oh my God.
I'm going to send
Did I
you a
get close with the car seat or bar seat?
I don't think you did, but that is, as I just said, like you could be interpreting that in different ways. You interpret it as different words than what the actual options here, so it could be a lot more.
Hang on, replay that for me. I want to try and make out.
And for people on YouTube who are watching this, I'm going to put the screenshot also up on the screen here so you can see the options. It's a strange phenomenon, so I'll play it again now. Bart Simpson bouncing, that isn't mercy. Lactates in pharmacy, that isn't mercy. Baptism piracy, I'm chasing Martian.
Interesting. When I heard that the second time and I looked through them all, I could not hear rotating pirate ship. I could not hear that isn't my receipt. I could not hear lobsters in motion. I could not hear that is embarrassing.
Oh,
I could slightly hear lactates in pharmacy, but could hear baptism piracy. I think a little bit of that isn't mercy, and definitely Bart Simpson bouncing. I think that was the biggest one that I was like, oh, that sounds like that.
yeah, I think it comes from an English chant that it's like, that is embarrassing, that is embarrassing. But the inflection of like their heavy English accent, I don't know if it's Cockney or whatever. The different inflections of the way they say it could be interpreted as different things. The pitches that they do, that isn't mercy, that isn't.
Wait, did I say that I did or didn't hear that is embarrassing? Because I
No,
think
yeah,
I did.
You said no, but I guess a little bit. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, no, I think. Well, I'm going to switch it around. and say that is embarrassing. I think I did hear that.
Okay.
I've got to listen. I've got to listen to it again. And oh well.
I'll put the link to this in the description of the YouTube episode itself in case you guys wanted to. I guess for all of these things that we're looking at, I'll leave the link to all of them there. I guess to segueing on to the next thing, did you want to bring up what you wanted to say, Jack?
Well, yes. I wanted to tell you about just some really cool, interesting natural facts. Like, did you
Ooh.
know a cloud weighs about 1,400,000,000 pounds?
What? A cloud.
A cloud,
A bit of gas in the sky.
yes.
A floating thing
A
in the
typical
sky.
fair weather cumulus cloud weighs about 1,400,000,000 pounds.
What? But that doesn't make... What? That doesn't make sense. You can't... Wait, what?
Okay, so
You're blowing my mind more than I was blowing yours.
okay, so basically, to me, I mean that's a lot.
A lot? You're
Oh my
underselling
God.
that. That's a whole lot. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I know, but to me that also makes somewhat sense as well because everything has a mass, no matter what it is. It can't have no mass, and because clouds are made up of water and I'm sure other particles as well.
Oh.
The added total of that, if you gathered that and actually weighed it, that would be a lot.
No,
But
that makes
because it's
sense.
in a
Yeah.
gaseous state where it's not forming condensed water droplets, it's just up there in the sky.
Yeah, I know. It's just a regular cloud in the sky, or does it have to be a
Yeah.
cluster, or is it a storm, or is it a small one?
So that's a typical fair weather cumulus cloud. So that would be like if you look up on a nice sunny day and you see fluffy white clouds, that's what you'd see.
Okay,
And
so
that would be what it would weigh.
in my head, I'm just like thinking about all these things now. Imagine like a big storm and like
Yeah.
dark clouds are everywhere. But imagine if for some reason physics or whatever that just fell and it became a type of mass which could impact this like I guess if it just all turned to water. How much water is falling onto the earth?
A lot.
That is... To sum it up,
lot.
that's a lot. That also makes me think, what about in the morning when, like, there's low-lying clouds, like fog? I don't think it's the case, but what if you're, like, running through fog? Is your body navigating through heavy mass? It's still kind of gas, I'd say,
Ooh,
but if it's
yeah.
a lot of mass, it should have an impact if it's that much mass inside of a cloud or something.
Yeah, because I think the individual mass of each little tiny speck and particle is virtually nothing, but it's when you add it all up, and clouds can be huge.
Yeah.
So it depends on how big the cloud is as well. But walking through it, because the particles are also not, like a solid, all the atoms are condensed, they're all together. But as a gas, they're all like free floating and they're kind of bouncing all around. So you can walk through it fine and it doesn't really affect you. And so if you get hit by lots and lots of little tiny atoms and everything, then it's not going to be that bad. But if it was all condensed on you and if it all fell on top of you as one solid mass, then you'd have a big issue.
Imagine if a government find like this weird chemical or this solution they'd put into clouds, and then it suddenly condenses to like a solid
God.
form or water, and then it would
Oh
just
my God.
rain down like hail, like hard ice
Oh
or something.
no.
That would be terrible.
That would be horrific. That would be very destructive. If that much weight fell on a particular spot, that could literally cause havoc. I don't know what radius the impact of that would be, but I'd imagine with that much weight, you would probably create a crater.
Shit.
I mean, I'm guessing that is literally me speculating. I don't know much about the physics of it and like how much damage that would do, but I'm guessing a lot.
That is a lot. This is like crazy things online that like bringing up this new theory that I guess you initially didn't think of when you first saw this, Jack.
I just wanted to look up look up cool facts about stuff, and I saw how much does a cloud weigh, and then I went further into it, and I was like, that's a lot.
Hey everyone, this is William from the future, just saying if you like this episode so far, why don't you check us out on YouTube at the Improv Sensation channel, where not only do we have the full episodes of the first season, we also have the full episodes with webcams and visual elements, as well as exclusive content that you don't actually get to listen to on audio podcast platforms. Anyways, back to the episode.
You're up next. Surprise me.
Oh, okay, I will surprise you, goddammit. Okay, so I searched up 20 of the weirdest places around the world, just seeing what images would come up.
Okay.
So this one is kind of like very popular for people who know Northern Ireland. And this is the Giant's Causeway. And I'm going to send this photo to you, Jack. But basically,
Okay.
this, like hundreds of, like thousands of, 60 million years ago, a huge volcano eruption happened. Poured like molten lava everywhere onto like basalt or whatever. And then the result of that happening was that these pillars of like geometric shapes had appeared. And it seems otherworldly for some reason. I'm going to send this photo to you, Jack, if you haven't already searched it up.
Ooh. Oh, I love these formations. Oh, I love them.
That's incredible.
And they almost form proper geometric shapes, like what you'd call as a rectangular prism. And just heaps of them just kind of stacked vertically next to each other. It looks really cool. Do you know what the process is, again, that creates this formation, like these specific shapes?
60 million years ago, a huge volcanic eruption spewed out a mass of molten basalt, which then solidified and contracted as it cooled, creating the cracks that can be seen today.
Oh, okay. So
there are estimated to be
cracks.
37,000 polygon columns at this site, which is a World Heritage Site, of course. So geometrically perfect that local legend has it that they were created by giants.
That is really fascinating. That is mind-blowing.
Okay, so the next place that is crazy is in Australia. It's in Western Australia. And it is a lake called Lake Hillier or Hiller. I don't know the pronunciation of it. This lake is pink.
Oh.
It is pink just because of I believe it's the algae that's in it that is attracted to the salt type of things.
Yeah.
The lake keeps its deep pink color year round, which some scientists say is down to high salinity. Salinity.
Yep.
Combined with the presence of a salt-loving algae species known as Dundalaela. I can't pronounce these. Dualina, salina, and pink bacteria known as halobacteria.
Well, I'm sorry to say, Will, but despite not knowing this exact lake, I do know of algal blooms and that kind of effect where they just mass spawn in the right conditions and they turn the water pink, sometimes red, or green as well, depending on the type of algae. So it's not too extraordinary to me.
Yeah, it's very weird to think about.
It's very
like
fascinating.
It's a big lake, but to think of it as pink, it's like it's something you'd find in like a movie or a comic book, but it is real, which is incredible.
It looks like cotton candy, not gonna lie.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? And I guess also another one that you already know is the Nazca lines from Peru, which span like kilometers long. People have loads of mythology around it. It's probably related to the gods. Obviously, like there's the pyramids, and there's all ancient like structures that we might not know like their origin, but these little things like these giant shapes in the ground, I think that's pretty cool. It's also very unique.
Yeah, I haven't seen this one before.
There's a bunch of other ones, but this one's probably the most seen or viewed, I guess.
Okay, so wait, do you know how old it is?
They say most of the Nazca lines were constructed more than 2,000 years ago.
Wow, that's pretty good.
There's this thing in Chile called the Hand of the Desert. It is literally a giant sculpture in the shape of a hand. It's believed to have been sculpted by this guy called Mario Irazabal. I don't know. I don't think I pronounced that right, but it's Mario Irazabal. Anyway, instead of sending to you, I'll try and put it up here. This is the stones themselves.
Yep.
There's a lot more detail to them to make them look more hand-like. I thought that was cool. Just to find that in the middle of the desert, some random guy comes upon this rock and was like, "Oh, what should I do with you? Should I make you into a sculpture of myself? Should I cut you down for minerals or whatever? No, I'll just make you a hand or something." But I guess that's that website done. If you have anything more you want to talk about on your end, it's probably your turn.
Oh, okay. Well, my next interesting fact. Well, I like to see how long different organisms can live. And I want you to tell me how long you think a Greenland shark lives for.
A what?
A Greenland shark. Don't look it up, but it's a shark.
I was about to. A Greenland shark.
You can look up a picture of it, but don't look up how long it lives for. I want you to guess how long you think it lives for.
Oh, man, this boy is a chunky guy.
Yeah.
It's not what I'd imagined, because like you've obviously seen like a great white shark and it looks super dangerous or whatever, but this guy looks like a sushi roll or something.
Yeah, but I want you to tell me how old you think it can live for.
Okay, so from my knowledge of sharks, they live forever, or like the larger ones, like they live a very long time, and they've survived the big meteor that came down to hit the dinosaurs, I believe. So I'm gonna say that this guy lives for 500 years.
Ooh, okay.
You
Well,
can say higher or lower if you want.
I'm gonna say you're partially correct.
Ooh.
Because I don't know if how. Okay, hang on. Let me look this. Okay.
Wait, do you
Hang on,
not
hang on,
actually
hang on.
know?
No, I do. I do. So technically, they can live for over 500 years, but that's the max
Oh.
they are believed to live for.
Oh, wow.
And I don't know if 500 years is an exact figure on the age of one individual or not, but or just like a general kind of estimate. But they can live for over 500.
So I was
Yeah.
very close. That's incredible.
Yeah, and then so the kind of okay, so scientists estimate that the Greenland shark lives at least 250 years, but they may live for over 500 years.
That's still a long ass time.
Yeah, that is a long time. Longer than we'll ever live.
Hey,
And
you never know. There might be something in the future. We might find something in the clouds that might help us.
And then I also want to take you to the Great Basin bristlecone pine, which has also been around for a long time.
Yeah.
And I'd like you to give me an estimate of how long you think that has been alive for.
Okay, so is this a bird or is this like a
No,
lizard?
this is a tree.
That's a tree.
Yeah, the Great Basin bristlecone pine.
Mm.
How long do you think it has lived for?
Given the structure of the economy and not the economy, humanity, given the current like structure and stock market and whatever, I'd say 1,500 years.
1,500 years?
1,500 years. I'm going to say in the
Lower.
thousands. Lower? Ah, come on.
Okay, not 1,500 years, but it is in the thousands, so yes, lower than 1,500.
1,268.
Higher.
Oh, fuck. 1,000.
Higher.
What? Shut up. No, 1,000.
Higher.
Fuck, shut up.
It's not even in the 1,000s.
Oh my god. All right. 1,375.
Higher.
1,475. 1,499.
Oh my god. Well, it's higher than 1,000. I mean, it's sorry. Okay. It's higher than 2,000. I'll say that, or 1,999.
Wait, no.
Sorry.
Wait, you said lower than 1,500.
Yeah.
But
Oh, wait.
oh my
damn
god.
it.
Did you think I said 15,000, Jack? Oh, for fuck's
Yeah.
sake.
Oh no.
Oh, and you're in a zoology
Oh.
course in science. Oh, that's so
Oh
sad.
no. I failed already. Higher than 1,500 years.
Okay, 3,000 years.
Higher.
5,000 years.
Lower.
4,000 years.
Higher than 4,000.
Oh, fucking just tell me already.
Okay, 4,853.
How was I going to guess that? Okay, fine. Good. Just, it's old as fuck. I get it. All right, let's move on.
I'm so sorry about that. That was a huge brain fart on my part.
All right, I'm going to search this tree up and what's this called?
The Great Basin bristlecone pine.
Okay. Oh, okay. This looks interesting. Oh wow, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow, this is incredible. I'm gonna just put this in a little chat here so I can paste it onto YouTube later. This looks awesome.
Yeah, like they're really cool, and they start like they kind of twist around. They have these really interesting branches, and they look really like they've got huge trunks, and then they've got these tiny spindly branches. And in most of the photos I'm seeing, they don't even have leaves half the time, because they also live in really, I'm guessing, really high altitude and in very cold climate.
Like South
I'm presuming.
America?
Yeah.
Like there's places in South America which is like ungodly high.
So apparently they're on Mount Washington.
Mount Washington. Where's Mount Washington?
Somewhere.
But that doesn't help. Mount Washington.
New Hampshire.
It's New Hampshire.
Yeah, New Hampshire.
New Hampshire. What are you, a Lord of the Rings fan? But yeah, that tree does look good, and I can definitely believe that it's lived for thousands of years. Any other things from you about nature, or do you want me to do anything?
Well, that is what I have so far. Would you like to enlighten me?
Okay, so, alright, I've got two options for you. Do you either want animal facts or random mind-blowing facts?
Random mind-blowing facts.
Alright. Okay, so these are going to be just random ones. I haven't looked at this website, but I'm just going to see if I can skim through these. Okay, so you know how there are red and green apples?
Mm-hmm.
There, in the world, exists black apples. Which is strange, because I'll show you the photo here. It is a true thing. It is an actual delicacy in, I believe it's in China. It's known as China Red Delicious. And apparently it's very delicious. But it's a very dark shade of purple, which is very weird. But yeah, some other facts here. There are now giant pigs as heavy as polar bears in the world.
Have you been looking on the same website as me?
What's your website called?
It is called Best Life. 100 mind-blowing facts you've never heard of before.
Yes, I'm looking on that website. Fine, I'll go to the animal website then. If you're taking my, oh my god. Okay, for listeners who you obviously didn't listen to our conversation before this recording, but we were talking about just joking, like Jack trying to find the websites I had saying them before me. You actually found the fucking website that I had here in my list. Oh my god. You want me to do animal facts, or do you want to talk about the website that you apparently got first?
I think I was going to bring up what we were talking about before with the longest nose hair, which came up in a random discussion before we started the episode. So apparently the longest nose hair in the world is only 1.8 centimeters. Which is relatively long compared to most nose hairs people
1.8
have.
centimeters. How? Wait, let me get a ruler. Wait a second.
Yeah, it's not much.
That's not much.
It's not much, but it's pretty long for a nose hair.
I think the discussion that brought it up was we were talking about mustaches or beards and growing them out, and then the funny idea of taking your nose hairs and growing them out into a mustache.
Yeah.
So,
if that were possible.
If it was possible, but apparently the longest one is only this much, which is just insane to me. I thought it would be much longer than that. You see people's nails weird conjugulated, it's very long or whatever, but then the longest nose hair is very tiny. But I guess in general your nose hairs are pretty much microscopic or whatever, unless you're pretty hairy bats in the cave or whatever.
Wait, hairy bats? What?
Not hairy bats. I was initially just going to say hairy nose hairs in the nose, but then I just steered towards bats in the cave analogy.
Oh, okay. Well, I will also say the person with the longest hair in the world is a woman from China. In 2004, her hair was measured at 5.627 meters.
Oh, wow.
That is 18 feet long.
My goodness. It's like if you stacked a jack 3 times on top of himself, then that's how long the hair would be.
Yeah.
Weird way to measure it, but that's just how it is.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
How does she store it? Does she have a duffel bag on her back that it kind of falls into?
I think they might just tie it up a lot. I'm looking at pictures on the internet, and all of them are of their hair out, so I don't know how they keep it normally.
I can tell you for a fact at one point in her life with her long hair that she's definitely wrapped it around herself as clothing, and she's kind of walked around the house and is oh, I could rock this. I could have this as so you don't have to buy clothes or whatever.
Yeah, their own personal scarf.
Oh my goodness.
Oh man, imagine a windy day.
Oh no. Oh, imagine if you're a kid walks out into the street and they're just it's a nice summer breeze, but then a big gale comes. The kid turns around at the end of the street, the lady with the long hair's out for a walk with her friends, holding their hair up for her, and then the hair just goes out like a peacock, spreading its feathers, and the kid looks around, it's he's seeming a demon or something, and the hair flying about tentacles. It's it's the hair demon! Run away from me! Go away! Oh my god!
Oh my god.
It would be terrifying to see, but I would love it would be very funny just to see it in a windy day.
Oh dear. Well, I don't have any more. Do you have any more?
I guess I'll do a couple of animal ones, and
Okay.
I guess after that, I guess we can head into an improv game?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna see if you can try and guess these. I want to see if I can quiz you as well.
Okay.
So what is the loudest animal in the world?
Oh, God.
It's not God, if that's what you're thinking. Like, when you think of, like, loud animals, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
There are definitely incredibly loud bird calls. Whales have really deep calls that I presume are really loud and they can travel a long distance.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's something completely unexpected.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I'd say it's a little unexpected, and I don't think you'll
Okay.
get it, but try and figure out the size of this animal, or, like, specific what the animal is.
Oh, hang on. Is it a mantis shrimp? Not a mantis shrimp.
You're close.
But snapping shrimp, and the sound of the claw closing, and it like bursts like an air pocket or something as well, or something. Creates
Yes.
this huge sonic boom.
So this is the pistol shrimp.
Pistol shrimp.
It's a prawn that is capable of snapping its claws shut so rapidly that it creates a bubble that when collapsed, it will produce a sonic blast louder than the sonic boom from like a jet or something.
Yeah, that is insane. That is mind-blowing.
That is insane to think about, that a tiny shrimp can make the loudest noise possible. And imagine a group of them, just like, if you're a diver and you go down and you're just like, hey, shrimps, how you go? And then they all go, it's like, guys, it's time, he's here. And then they just do it at the same time. Boom! He just goes back, he explodes back.
Wait, can pistol shrimps knock you out?
I don't know, search it
I'm
up.
guessing they could. 218 decibels, a noise loud enough to knock nearby animals unconscious.
Oh, it's a tactic to stray away predators, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It can't hurt people.
Oh, okay. So it's not that loud, but I guess a group of them. Imagine, like, so one of you science people, I guess you, Jack, because you're doing zoology, do the maths for that. See, like, collectively, like, how many, like, 100, pistol shrimps, I guess, if they were in a group, 100 of them did at the same time. How many decibels that would produce?
Yeah.
The next fact here: flamingos are not pink; they are born grey. Their diet is brine shrimp and blue-green algae. Contains a natural pink dye that makes their feathers pink. I think you already knew that because you're the bird person.
I knew that.
I still find that interesting that they're grey. And imagine one flamingo when they get born and they grow up. It's like, oh, I love my grey feathers. They look so cool against all the other guys that are pink. But then their diet, they can only have this specific thing, and it makes them pink. And then this one guy, there's one flamingo trying to reject it. It's like, no, I want to keep my pink, like my grey suit. I love this, but then they're forced to have it anyway, and that's why they're all pink. That must be the story with all like raging teenage flamingos out there.
Oh my God. But yeah, it is fascinating that what they feed on actually does turn them pink. I think that in itself is really fascinating. Yeah, hit me with another one. Go.
Okay, so a couple of these are pretty much common knowledge. Otters holding hands while sleeping so they don't float away from each other when they're in the water.
Yep.
And hummingbirds are the only known bird to fly backwards. You obviously know that as well. Mm-hmm. Dolphins use toxic pufferfish to get high.
That is fake. That is
fake?
So literally, I had a zoology class where we went over this type of misinformation. Playing with pufferfish, making them high, media emphasized it, and that is completely fake. They do not get high, and they weren't ingesting the pufferfish. So, yeah, that is fake.
I guess it's fake, but they're saying they're not eating the pufferfish, it's the toxins that they release. So they're hanging around pufferfish. So I guess it could be just one case, and then people think it's common knowledge, or like, as you said, by this misinformation that everyone's thinking, all these dolphins are out at the club getting high with these pufferfish toxins. I don't know, but I guess it's not true.
Okay, so the original clip is actually from a documentary show.
The BBC?
Yes, I think it is the BBC, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I have that
was incorrectly, the narrator was incorrectly describing what was actually occurring. So yeah, they weren't getting high. That is, yeah.
Okay, all right then. Okay, so you can probably guess this as well, but what do you think the deadliest animal is in the world?
A mosquito.
Yes, you got it. Yes, let's go. So, according to the World Health Organization, 750,000 people are killed each year from mosquito-borne diseases such as malaria, dengue fever, and yellow fever. So it's the things that they carry, but not necessarily like they're sucking all the blood out of you like a vampire, which is initially what I thought as a kid. But it is interesting that like they carry all of these diseases, which makes sense. So
Yeah. Do we want to wrap it up there?
yeah, so those were the fun facts. I feel like there were a couple that were very philosophical, that were very mind-blowing for us, others that were like very infuriating for a couple of people. But hopefully some of you guys out there were impressed by our facts, that this was kind of rushed in the end because we had a different topic, but hopefully I guess you enjoyed this episode.
Yeah.
But yeah, let us do the routine end of the episode. Announce it, Jack, please, for the 10th episode. Fuck.
It's on screen for you. It will be there.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Just
There you
say
go.
it. Say it. Oh, come on.
For those of you listening, not
my
on
God.
YouTube, I am using my hands through gesture the text to appear.
See how fun that is in the next season, Jack, when you do that. When you have to edit the episode. See how fun it is to animate that. When you take up hours of your day for editing, you have to do... Okay. Anyway, we're moving on to an improv game.
Okay.
Okay, so for this improv game, I decided we could do questions only, which is basically we have a conversation where we can only reply in questions.
Oh, I love this. I already know this is going to be great.
This is going to be so chaotic and it's going to be hilarious. But
Okay,
that's the
all right.
basic premise. The main point is to only answer in questions or replying questions, and the first person to fail at doing that loses that one. And I don't know if we don't have to do points, but this is going to be fun.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
Would you like to go first?
Why should I go first?
I don't know. Why should I?
Aren't we talking about me right now? Come on.
Oh, no.
Is that a fail? Is that a
That's
fail?
already a fail for me. Oh my god, this is so hard because I just want to be like, no.
Okay, alright.
Oh my god, this is going to be way harder than I thought it would be.
Okay, that was practice. Alright, let's go
Alright,
for
that's
real.
a practice
Alright,
round.
you go first.
Do you really want me to go first?
Why do you assume that I'm thinking about it right now?
Do you want to go first?
Why should I go first?
But what if? What if? We both went first. That is not a question, is it?
No, that's a question. It was a question.
No,
It's
that's a
fine.
question.
But how would that work? Just
Damn
watching
it,
you
I'm actually
sitting,
thinking about it.
just watching you stare off into space. It's just like,
Alright, I think I know how to break the loop now. I know
Okay,
how to
all right,
break the
let's
loop.
restart. I think I won
Okay.
that one.
Yeah, you won that. We're gonna do best of 3 or something.
yeah, best of 3, and then we'll do whatever after that.
Alright,
Okay,
so 1 point to you.
Do you like driving in the car?
Do you like avocados?
Why should I only have it on my pancakes?
Do you like egg scrambled or sunny side up?
Why sunny side up?
Do you like beetroot?
What does beetroot have to do with avocado?
Are the dinosaurs really dead?
Do birds count as dinosaurs?
Do pigs fly?
Why are pigs bigger than polar bears these days?
Why aren't pigs bigger than polar bears these days?
What kind of diet are they having?
Do you think pigs snore?
Do you think pigs sleep a lot?
Do you think that pig is good for you?
Do you think bacon is very delicious?
Do you think ham is better than bacon?
Oh, fuck. Oh. Do you think I should start having ham in my sandwiches again?
Do you think I should have bacon for breakfast?
Do you reckon you should have eggs with that? Sunny side up?
Do you think we should try to continue?
Do you think this is going on too long?
Do you think that pineapple should go on pizza?
Do you think pineapple is delicious regardless if it's on pizza or not?
Do you think that you'd have pineapple on anything other than pizza?
Do you think I should have it with ham in my sandwich nowadays?
Do you think it would be good with fruit salad?
Do you like fruit salad?
Do you like fruit?
Do you like salad?
Do you like fruit and salad?
What's not to love about the combination?
Do you think that the Queen's death was very sad?
Do you think the current king has very fat fingers?
Do you think he has fat fingers?
I believe so? Wait, is that a question or is that...
That is a question, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I believe so, question mark? There's not a question to me,
Yeah,
I guess.
yeah.
I don't know.
I'd say it wasn't. It's probably more of like
Okay.
the things like I believe so, whatever.
Okay, alright, that's 1-1 now. Alright, final round.
Final
Final
round. Winner
This
takes
is
all.
way
Winner,
harder.
winner of this wins season 1 of the Improv Sensation. Let's do this.
Whoa.
Do you think our listeners are enjoying these longer episodes?
Do you think the listeners will probably tune out by now?
Do you think the listeners are doing something besides listening to this, like walking around the house or doing dishes or doing any work or actually driving the car, which they shouldn't be? Do you think they're doing that?
Do you think the listeners are listening to us right now?
Oh, you threw me off. Oh. Why wouldn't they be?
Why do you say that?
Why shouldn't they be presumed?
Do you think one listener right now is listening to us on the toilet?
Do you think that they're doing number ones?
Do you think they're doing number ones or number twos?
I don't know, but could they be doing a long, hard shit at the right now?
I don't know. Are they doing a long hard shit right now?
Are you doing a long, hard shit, listeners?
Listeners,
Oh, God.
why do you listen to us?
Why do you have ears?
Why do we think?
Why do we feel?
Why do listeners think and feel?
Why do they listen instead of watch?
Why do listeners care about us?
What part of our content do you most enjoy?
What part of our content do you least enjoy?
Do you think you should like this episode on YouTube and everywhere else on other platforms?
Do you think... Do you think listeners will actually do that?
Do you think the listeners, you guys, have the heart to be able to do that?
I don't know, but I have hope that they will. That is not a question.
That is not a question.
So there you go.
There we go. That
I have wrapped it up.
Oh,
and
you have
therefore
wrapped
William
it up.
is the winner of season 1
Woo!
of the Improv Sensation. Round of applause
Yes.
to William.
Yes. No, I'm not clapping for myself. I'm not that egotistical. Oh, but man, that was season 1, episode 10 of the Improv Sensation. And what a way to wrap up the first season of this podcast. I hope that you guys have enjoyed all of these episodes so far, and we promise that we won't be too far from like episode 1 of season 2. Hopefully we don't take an enormous break, but hopefully that you've enjoyed this episode. What do you have to say about it, Jack?
I would like to ask the listeners, out of 10 stars, how many stars would you rate it? Give us your honest thoughts so we can improve for the next season of Improv Sensation.
And if you have an idea or a topic that you think that we should cover, or perhaps in a game, or what type of guests that we should come on to this podcast, let us know in the comments of this episode. Let us know your favorite episode out of this season. Do all the love. Share all the love to your friends and family. Share this episode to them if you liked it. I guess that was season 1. Do you want to sign us out, Jack?
Well, this has been, of course, the Improv Sensation, coming to you from a multitude of different platforms for the very last time for this season. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and goodbye. Improv out.
Improv out.